Hello there, and welcome to another week of the weekly psychic review. Thanks for joining me. I just want to say, I hope you've had a good week last week. I apologize for the fact I didn't do a weekly reading last week. I had some things I needed to sort out within myself, and I just wasn't in the best way to be able to do this on Sunday for you last week. So just a quick recap of how I work. So I call in my guides, or those in spirit who love me, to please come close, to give everyone out there exactly what they need, or what they need for the upcoming week. Nothing's ever exact. And to give them the healing they require, and to have a bit of fun during it. So if you just give me a second, I'll just seal off, tune in, call my guides in, and we'll get straight into our work together. Okay, so as the COVID-19 sort of things, the restrictions have been reduced slowly, life's sort of starting to come back to normal. People are able to get out of isolation or soon, or start to venture out further than their immediate areas and this sort of thing. There's been like a real mixed energy around of, excitement and happiness, about celebration. Also, there's been quite a lot of grief and confusion, and sort of wondering where they're actually at. And what's actually happened is, through this period of, basically most things have stopped or ceased or really reduced. Whenever this happens, there's quite a lot of stuff that if it's been held down, if it's not being seen, it's going to come up to the surface. And this can happen energetically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it, right across the board basically. And it's that thing where the initial kind of clearing and that kind of eruption of, whether it be suppressed emotions or programs or patterns, or sort of things that bothered you or things that you weren't quite comfortable about, has sort of come up. You've had that period in which I keep getting reminded about an earthquake. When you have the initial earthquake, it's quite big, it's quite intense, quite a lot of upheaval occurs. But then over that period after the initial earthquake, you get all the after tremors, or the minor earthquakes or aftershocks that occur. And that's what's actually been happening over this last week or two. And that's what's been happening with quite a lot of people, that as they're realizing that they can start to get back to life as they knew it, they're realizing that life as they knew it either isn't going to be the life they want to go back to. It's either that it needs a bit of a reworking, in which has happened with quite a few people, needs a few changes, that there's been events or suppressed sort of traumas or things that have been quite uncomfortable within people that have been coming up. You've been able to, sort of reduce them, and now they're coming up again as you're starting to, sort of go, hey, we're nearly at the end here, and you sort of, you hold that pressure off of holding that stuff down, and you relax a little bit. This stuff is starting to come up again. And there's quite a few people are having a bit of a difficult time. They're saying, and with some of the solar, the astrological stuff that's going on, I can't, I'm not, I don't know a lot about that, but there's been some eclipses and different things that have been going on, which have been really bringing up quite a lot of upheaval. And a lot around the emotional centers within people as well. So this is that thing in which, when these things happen, it's always good to, sort of bring yourself back to center, and to, instead of thinking or get caught up in all the emotional stuff, bring it right back to simple terms. Okay, what am I doing right now? They're saying, for quite a lot of people, it's really about getting back to, okay, how can I have fun in this moment? How can I enjoy what I'm doing right now? So I'm getting told to get on to the weekly readings. Okay, so Monday, what's on Monday? So Monday is really, it's about keeping center and keeping even, because and the reason I've got this smile is because I can feel that there's quite a lot of tension in quite a few people's throats here. In quite a few people's throats, and there's quite a bit of stuff in which they're either suppressing that they want to say, or they're feeling like if they do say it that they're not able to say it in the right way, or they're suppressing the things within themselves as well. So really about being a bit more honest about what you're actually wanting, what you're needing, what's really going to be good for you. And it's that thing where if this is coming up within you, it's always important to be able to let this flow as best you can. And sometimes it's saying write stuff down first. It's not about writing what you're going to say. You can do that if you want to, but just writing out what's actually going on inside, having a bit of a read of it, put it down, have a look at it another day or so later, and then having another look at it and going, okay, is this really for me? Is this really where I'm at that moment? Then when you need to say these things, that you're going to be able to communicate and articulate them in a much clearer and more healthier way, instead of it getting jumbled up, or that sort of anxiety getting the better of you, or that sort of thing. So give yourself a bit of forgiveness, give yourself a bit of time to let that flow. Okay, so Tuesday, what's on Tuesday? So Tuesday, okay, so this is stuff, there's a little bit of stuff around work, but it's about letting go as well. And when I mean letting go, I can feel that there's quite a lot of emotional stuff that has come up for people, and they're having trouble allowing this to go. And they're saying, look, ask yourself the question, what is holding on to this stuff? What is it actually doing for me? Is it actually benefiting me in some way? And if it's not, or it can be as easy as you saying, I allow this to go from my system. I allow this to go from the origins of this. And I forgive myself. Now there's quite a few, I can feel energy around forgiving other people. If you can't do that, it doesn't matter. So all you can do, you start from the start. You can forgive those people later, or come to an acceptance of that later. So what you can do is you can go, okay, I accept that I'm feeling these things, and I allow them to leave. I ask my guides to take this from me, and I forgive myself. I give myself some allowance with this. And you might have to keep saying this over and over and over again. Take a nice deep breath when you do this, just breathing in, breathing out, and go, okay, I'm a little bit further. I've let go of it at this time. Whether it's going to come back or not, it doesn't really matter. It's that thing that you did the best that you could at that time. So getting on to Wednesday. So Wednesday, this is about connecting with spirit, actually. So this is about, they're telling me there's something with the lunar, with astrology as well, and numerology around this, but this is about connecting with spirit. And it's about connecting with spirit in the way in which you connect with spirit. Everyone does that in very different ways, and some people don't even like to use that word. I use that word instead of using the words gods or God or source, or I use a lot of different words for the same thing. But basically it's about connecting to your true nature inside of you. So it's that thing about how can you connect with that truth inside of you? How can you connect with that beauty that is inside of you? And it could be even connecting with the love that's inside of you. And one practice which is really easy, really simple, is to just put your hand over your physical heart and over your heart chakra, and just you can either breathe in the top of your head and breathe into your heart chakra and then breathe that out through your system, or you can breathe into there and just really feel it. The reason why you got your hand on here and you got your hand there is so you can really focus on that area, and so you can really connect with it and you can breathe into it. So it's about connecting with self. It's about connecting with love, source, if you want to call it that, whatever it is, whatever's going to work for you, you do it in the way that's going to work for you, okay? So a bit of that during the day, if you can do that. And they're saying, look, this is a practice that can be done actually all the time, you know, just once a day or whenever. So this is completely up to you. So Thursday, what's on Thursday? So Thursday, so this is a bit about movement, but this is about grounding as well. So it's about more about action-based things. I feel like, you know, that there's been things in which people have been going, okay, well, I want to change this, I want to change that, I want to change that, I want to do this, but you know, I can't do it at the moment because I'm restricted with the ISO and all that kind of stuff that's been going on. But it's that thing in which, well, there are quite a few things that you can actually do at this point, and as the restrictions are sort of easing, that you can start to put a bit more action into that. So it's that thing about, what do you want to take action about? And it's about starting to do that. Forget, you know, sometimes don't try to figure out what the, you know, it's going to look like in the end, or, you know, that sort of thing. It's all too hard all the time. Ask Spirit to sort it out with you. I should say with you, not for you. Ask Spirit to, and they're laughing, ask Spirit to come in and work with you and to co-create with you to help you get that action started and to help you really get things moving. Okay, so Friday. Okay, so on Friday, what's going on Friday? So Friday, okay, so this is, all right, this is kind of about letting go a little bit. It's about having fun. It's about realizing, they're just saying that the weekend's here and that you don't have to be at work, or you can have some time off. That sort of thing, that you can catch up with friends again. So yeah, make it whatever you want to make it on Friday. It can be a whole lot of different things. I'm going to move on to Saturday. Okay, what's on Saturday? So Saturday, this is, all right, so this is about getting back to having a bit of fun, and this is about sort of looking back over the week and congratulating yourself for what you've done. You know, gratitude is a really beautiful thing, and when you can have gratitude for other people and for yourself, you know, this really makes a good solid foundation for you to work off. So it's that thing in which, you know, a lot of the time people get caught up in, oh, I've got to have gratitude for this or that, or, you know, this sort of stuff. Sometimes it's really far away. Gratitude for, you know, I don't know, okay, what is it going to be? So gratitude for the fact that, you know, I live in a country which is, you know, which I feel safe in most of the time, which, you know, is good. We've got heaps of food, we've got a beautiful place to live in, that sort of thing. You know, that's great to have gratitude for, but sometimes a little bit far away from you. Sometimes even saying, oh, I've got gratitude for the fact I've got a job and that I can make money, sometimes that can be a little bit far away from you as well. So it's like, yeah, that's good, but you're kind of not feeling it sometimes. So what you can have gratitude to bring it a bit closer to you is about what have you done for yourself or that day to be really grateful about. It's something very personal. Hey, I'm grateful because, you know, I gave myself a break from all the stinking thinking that I've been doing. You know, I'm grateful because, you know, I allowed myself to have some time to chill out. You know, I'm grateful because I said no. I can't actually do this at that time. So these are the kinds of things. Bring it back home a little bit more. And the more grateful you are within things within yourself that you can do, or they're just saying things that you can really connect with, then that gratitude is going to go outwards to all other persons, all other situations and environments as well. So it's that thing where it works both ways. Once it really is happening inside of you, well, it's just going to happen outside of you automatically. So, but it works both ways. You can do it outside and bring it in as well. Okay, so what do we got on Sunday? Sunday, okay, so this is a little bit about celebration. It's about getting together with friends. It's about celebrating. It's about having a good time. It's about, you know, they're saying if you can get outside, Get outside and try and enjoy, you know, some time outside with nature. If you've got, you know, cats, dogs, birds, whatever that you live with, you can spend some time with them. In the garden, you know, this is about nature and it's about celebrating as well. So it could be that you go to a friend's place, have a barbie and have a few beers in their backyard, or go to the park or something like that. It's about, you know, being in nature and celebration. So I'm going to leave it there. So I just wanted to thank you for joining me this week. It's been a lot of fun. And remember to be fair with yourself. You know, some of the reason I didn't do a weekly reading last week was because I was a bit snowed under on Sunday. I had quite a lot of things to do. I wasn't in a headspace where I could, you know, totally give everyone out there the quality that I wanted to. So, you know, it just kept getting further and further. I realized that I couldn't get to it. And then, so I actually was like, no, I can't do this. I can't give quality that I want, so I'm actually not going to do it. So I was fair with myself, and then I did it this week. So just to be fair with yourself and be fair with where you're at that time. Just because you've done it some other time might not mean that you can do it this time as well. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, if you want to see me for a private appointment, I do readings, healings, counselling, all kinds of different things, training. Just give me a hoy. All my links are down below. I've got my phone number up there as well if you want to message me or have a chat, as well as my email address. I love it when you share me around as well and like my page. Just thanks for joining me, and really take care of yourself and the people around you. All right, big love. Have a great week. Bye-bye.